Hello, I'm Sherry Bell, and today's September 21st, 2008, and we're at the Jewish Center in Scottsdale, Arizona. And Michael, I understand, well, would you state your last name? Is it Orlikoff?
Michael Orlikoff.
How old are you?
I am 53 years old.
Well, you look younger.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That's what all the music does for you.
It makes you happy, right?
There we go. Yeah, it's good for the soul.
Were you born in Phoenix?
I was born in Sioux City, Iowa.
And how old were you when you moved to Phoenix?
Almost 6 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, my family moved out here. Almost 6, 5 3/4.
So you were a native?
Yeah, almost a native. But I'm proud of the Midwest, and my parents had a business back there, and we all decided to move out here. My brother, Stephen, and myself, and my mom and dad, and they've lived here ever since.
Were you in a congregation?
Yes, I was in Temple, Beth Israel.
Where was it located then?
That was on Osborne.
So I understand you were mentioning that you run the Metro Pops.
Yes, I conducted the Metro Pops Orchestra for 16 seasons, starting in 1980.
Would you explain what that is?
Well, the Metro Pops Orchestra was a community-based pops orchestra. We started out at Alhambra High School, where Larry Bell attended and graduated from. And we started with 16 members in the orchestra. It was a volunteer orchestra, community-based, with a board of directors and a 501c, with bylaws, thanks to Lou Schaefer and Neil Kern. And we played all over the valley, including Wickenburg and the Phoenix Zoo.
What did you play? Just
we played pops music, light classical selections, music that people were familiar with. We thought that would be the best way to do it, and fashioned it after Arthur Fiedler and the Boston Pops Orchestra.
And when did you do it in Wickenburg?
We were invited out in Wickenburg to their music series for the last 10 years of the Metro Pops Orchestra in the late 80s and early 90s. We would bring the orchestra out there, and we'd play at the community center there, and it was just a wonderful event. The orchestra loved it, and the community members really appreciated our musical efforts in Wickenburg.
Have you found anything unique being Jewish with your musical background?
Yeah, I think it's unique that the Jewish people in our community and all over the world in the United States really support and endorse the arts, and specifically music, and they appreciate music, and they will not only, they walk their talk. They not only talk about the support, but they come out to actually hear and see a performance. And I found the Jewish community very supportive as far as patronage with the Metro Pops Orchestra for all those seasons.
Now, you put down that you worked at the Jewish Center?
Actually,
the
Jewish Community Center, actually, for the last 10 seasons of the Metro Pops Orchestra, Lee Kazan, who is your mother, I believe, was the director of the Senior Citizens Program, and she would invite the Metro Pops Orchestra out to play every year on a Tuesday evening. She provided a wonderful meal for all the ladies and gentlemen in the community. Then they would play some bingo, and then they'd sit back and they would listen to the sounds of the Metro Pops Orchestra. There was Sam Cohn, radiologist, who would travel between Wickenburg and the hospital in Phoenix and still play in the viola section. And she provided refreshments for the orchestra. We had the audience dancing to Hava Nagila up in the chairs. We had a raffle, and we had a chosen conductor from the audience. So because of Lee being the superior person she is, she was really made that event very, very special for the entire community and the orchestra. It was a real teaching experience for the orchestra members that weren't Jewish to come and see such a beautiful facility, and to see the warmth and graciousness of Lee and her program at the Jewish Community Center.
So you got positive feedback from the orchestra?
Absolutely. We certainly did, and that's why they wanted to go back there every year and sing and perform.
Do you work primarily with young people now? Or?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm very proud to say that I work with 4th, 5th, and 6th graders teaching instrumental music.
And have any of your students ever made a career of music?
Absolutely. They come back all the time and every year and tell me the scholarships they have won, where they're auditioning to symphonies and playing all over the country.
So you've made quite an impact.
I hope so. I try.